Hey everyone! So, as you guys remember, I did Spee's story last time, so this time we're doing her sister, Deutschland. I know Zoe's been driving me up a wall about this one, so, I guess it's time I finally dive into it, don't I? Oh, this is not where I want to be. It's in memories. So, I don't have the full story unlocked, so there's probably going to be a bit I'm going to have to go and work for. Hopefully it's nothing too difficult for me to do. So, anyway, before anything else here, I just want to say, if you guys want me to cover another character's story, feel free to let me know which one in the comments below. There are a lot. I do want to remind everyone, though, that Akagi's is definitely out because I covered hers in a whole video. Repulse I covered on stream. Actually, a link to that particular stream is in the comments of the last video with Spee. So if you're curious about Repulse's particular one, feel free to check that out in the comments below. Anyway, that leaves us with still quite a bit of stories to go through. So if there is one you guys particularly want to see, feel free to mention it below. I'll probably pick the more popular one. So I'll probably have to read through comments a bit and filter out and figure out which one's kind of winning. I do know there is a lot of people saying, right now, Taiho of all people, and Tirpitz. So, we'll see how those two go. But anyway, we've wasted enough time. Let's go ahead and dive in on Deutschland's story. The Cloudy Mask, Chapter 1, The Outset. Port, office. Slave, I'm bored. God, I hate that she calls us slave. I hate it. I accepted the secretary position expecting it to be interesting, but all I do is sit locked up in this tiny office of yours. And you, lowly slave, dare ignore your master and process these documents without speaking a word to me? I mean, that is kind of what we do when we're, not commanding. Find some way of entertaining me, or I'm leaving. This is an order. I appointed Deutschland, thinking it would appease her, but she's acting the same as always. Why don't you help me get this work done? I refuse. A lowly animal isn't worthy of my help. I'd appreciate it if you helped. Plead all you want. It won't do you any good. Ugh. Is this why you guys wanted me to actually go through her storyline so you could hear me say this? Is this why? Aw, come on. Alrighty, whatever. Please, master, I humbly beg for your assistance. What a helpless dog you are, begging your own master for help. But since you're so loyal and so benevolent, I'll hear you out and help with your work. What? Why are there two of you? Commander? How'd you know? I'm just like, you poor thing. I'm here to deliver the mission report. Now then, if you don't have any new orders for me, I'll take my leave. She's probably very skittish around her. I wanted to thank Juno, but she left my office in a hurry, before I could even say anything. Did you see that, slave? The look of fear in that destroyer's eyes? It was incredible. I want to see that again. I mean, your whole kit is surrounded, basically, all around bullying light armors, so it doesn't surprise me she's a little bit scared of you. If it means I get to feast upon that sight every day, then fine. I'll remain your secretary. It seems she's found a way to enjoy herself as a secretary. But I think someone has to do something about that mindset of hers. Yeah, that would be nice. Not fond of the mindset myself, personally. Anyway. The Cloudy Mask, Chapter 2, True Nobility. Deutschland and I were on a stroll around the port. That's when we came across Belle, why do I need to attend today's exercise? Because you have been assigned to the exercise fleet for the time being, Your Majesty. I'm not in the mood for it today. Have Warspite do it in my stead. Steed? I think stead's right. Your Majesty, please, you must not be selfish. How interesting. The Queen of the Royal Navy is being lectured by one of her own servants. An Ironblood leader would never be lectured by her servant. Now listen here. You start doing stupid stuff, I am definitely gonna scream at you. Ah, is that Ganizan over there? Perfect. Slave, stay here and watch this. Hey, Ganizan! Hello there, Deutschland. Do you need anything? I don't want to do that exercise tomorrow. Get someone else to do it for me. Very well, that won't be an issue. I will inform Tier Pits that we're changing the composition of our exercise fleet. Now then, if you'll excuse me. Ganizan left the scene to convey Deutschland's wishes. I'm actually surprised that worked. See, Slave? That's the level of authority I have. I have this hunch that Ganizan isn't so much obedient to her. Rather, she just doesn't think Deutschland's attendance is required. Probably. Her response gives me the impression that she's long since gotten used to Deutschland's arrogant attitude. Yet this is yet more proof of the fact that I'm Ironblood's most respected spiritual leader. I'm pretty sure Bismarck and also Friedrich de Grosse are probably gonna rank higher than you in that. But I suppose there's nothing really wrong with that. I don't necessarily think I can agree with that last line that my character just said. I can get a character being arrogant, but hey, she's got duties that she still has to fulfill, even when they're not necessarily combat. Yet, I would still expect her to do those things. You know what I mean? Whatever. The Cloudy Mask, Chapter 3, Dissonance. I shall now announce the exercise winners in descending order of performance. Listen closely, Slave. Wait for the moment my name Deutschland, the most magnificent armored ship in the world, is read aloud. 5th place, Rodney. I was out of shape today. But no matter, Big 7 are a class of their own. But it would never fall short to any other battleship type. Well, you kinda do. You're not like that amazing against... Okay. The skill that she has isn't really set for that. People her size or bigger are probably gonna be a little bit more tough, unless she's using AP, but eh. 13th place, Queen Elizabeth. How did we get to... Oh, she's reading down the list, got it. 20th place, Takao. Takao is the sole heavy cruiser that made it to the top 20 for this exercise. Let's give her a round of applause. Not so fast. What about me? Deutschland, let's see. Oh no. You were faster than all others in the moving target, shelling category, but there is room for improvement in your accuracy and firing posture. Firing posture? Okay. In my opinion, you could use some more training. London continues reading out names where she left off. Training is for dogs and circus animals. I'm perfect. I don't need to train. I don't need to. Slave, I'm more powerful than anyone, aren't I? Yes, I'm just in bad shape today. That's all, right? She's on the brink of tears. I'd better... Ah, God. There's 2 options for this, isn't there? Ah, boy. So what I'll go ahead and say is I did this for speed. If I'm gonna go check if there are 2 options. If there are, I'll play the next one immediately after this. So as much as I don't like her, I don't want her to... So that's how it is. Now I see. I'm not actually powerful at all. Everyone's just been playing one big trick on me. I call out to her. She looks depressed and she runs off on her own somewhere without answering my call, like she didn't even hear me. So it actually wasn't at all different. I thought it was going to be different, but no, the responses were both the same. So I guess there's not much I had to do there. Anyway, Cloudy Mask, Chapter 4, Devastated. Office work hours have begun, but Deutschland still hasn't shown up. So I decided to head to the Ironblood dorm to look for her. Ironblood dormitory. You're here, slave? What do you want? I opened the door to Deutschland's room to find her all by herself, huddled up in a... Now I'm worried about her. You need a secretary? Get someone else to do it then. Just leave me alone. I'm no use to you anyway. I'm such an idiot. Everyone around me thinks I'm a clown, and I never even realized it. They say I'm powerful, which makes me think I actually am, until I'm convinced I'm superior to everyone and act high and mighty. Pat her on the head. She brushed my hand away. Don't touch me. I've slowly realized something ever since I came. I'm not like the girls from the other factions. Different. I mean, the Ironblood is very different from the other factions. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's what she meant, but okay. And you're like them. You made me your secretary just so you could laugh at me when I screw up, didn't you? Of course not. That is honest, though. Of course you'd lie. I don't think she'll listen to anything I say to her in her current state. It looks like I'll have to ask her fellow fleet members what happened. Eesh. She's a little, really depressed there. That's unfortunate. Cloudy Mask, The Truth, Part 1. Good night, Azur. I somehow managed to drag Deutschland out of her room and decided to ask her Ironblood comrades about the situation. I had a feeling this would happen eventually, and it seems my hunch was correct. I'm sorry, Deutschland. Please believe me when I say nobody meant to hurt you. You expect me to believe that? Oh, right. You don't know the story behind all this. That being the case, I'll call over the girls relevant to this discussion and tell them about this. You and Deutschland can sit in the next room over and listen. Port Dormitory Salon. Thank you for coming, Eugen, Spee, Tirpitz, and Z1. I have something to tell. Wow. It's about Deutschland, isn't it? Correct. A long time ago, we all entered an agreement to go along with her egotistical tendencies, so she could live a happy life. I'm sure you all remember this, yes? They what? You can't just sit here and listen to this. I hold Deutschland back before she storms out of the room. Go of me. She bit my arm. Ow! Stop, you insubordinate, lowly animal. Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, shh, they're gonna hear you. Yeah, I remember that. I've grown used to her attitude by now, so I don't really need to be bound by that agreement anymore. I know it's for her sake, but it's a fact that what we've done isn't right. Indeed. It's also caused trouble for other people. Furthermore, Deutschland knows about it now, and she's really hurt by it. That is why I've called you all here, so we can discuss what to do next. They'll just keep making a fool of me. I know they will. Slave, what should I do? Weird that she's asking me now. After I guess the mask has definitely slipped now. Oh, Cloudy Mask, The Truth 2, Part 2. Yeah. It's all because of that name. I'm gonna butcher this. Luitzau? Luitzo? Lutzo? I can already hear the German peeps in my comments section just reeing right now. I'm gonna stop before people ree at me even further. Indeed, I don't know how it came to be, but she isn't just Deutschland of the Ironblood. She was also born as... I'm not gonna try to say that again. Of the Northern Parliament. How do they know that? And not her who fought in the Great War. The one the Northern Parliament refloated.
Her history haunts her, so she tried desperately to make herself out as the ideal image of Ironblood so we'd accept her. Why would she bring this up now? Sure, she had a thing with the Northern Parliament, but she's still Deutschland. She's one of us. And we wanted to make her feel like a part of the team, but since she's kind of sensitive, we agreed to be nice to her. So basically, they were simply doing their best not to hurt or upset her. Which is why we kept this secret from her and accepted her into the Ironblood. That's right. Above all else, she is one of us. But ironically, all of our cautiousness and special treatment wound up hurting her instead in the end. I think she's fine the way she is right now, but I guess she should come to terms with herself, at least a little. It might leave her feeling blue for a while, but maybe we should tell her the truth? I say we do. It's a shame to lose the arrogant Deutschland we know, but it's time she accepts herself for who she is. So they pretty much admit they lied to me. Deutschland whispers while her shoulders tremble. Her voice lacks its signature impactful tone, instead sounding frail. Slave, let me go. In conclusion, we should tell Deutschland the truth. But how do we go about telling her that? We don't need to do anything, right? Good night and all? Prinz is onto it, isn't she? She's kind of that way. She's what is it? Prinz, I kind of feel like is the character who acts dumb but is actually really smart. I let go of Deutschland. She walks over to open the door, then steps into the salon. Ah, so you knew she was listening, Eugen. Of course I knew. So what do you plan to do with us, Deutschland? Granted, it also could have been Deutschland being loud, for all we know. Anyway. After a brief silence, the girl raises her voice and speaks her mind. You'll pay dearly for deceiving me for so long. But I also want to say thank you for accepting me. There's the soft side of her. I see. The Cloudy Mask, Chapter 7. Some things never change. It's been some time after the truth about Deutschland came to light. Port, exercise area. And I win again. Ready to accept your loss yet, Deutschland? No, it's not over yet. That's the spirit. Your gear is one thing, but what you need is experience. And if you want to scuffle with the best, you'll have to train like the rest. I know that. Stop repeating it. Port office. I kind of wish they actually kept the original music, not this weird, like, rushed transition. Here, slave. This is how you write a formal document, right? There are a few minor errors here and there, but I can clearly see she's worked hard to make it. Praise her for her work. You know what? Sure. I should accept the praises of a miserable slave. But I suppose if it's error-free, that's fine. I wouldn't say it's error-free, but that's, you know, you'll learn. Port Plaza. Do you have another name, Deutschland? Ah, the little Mitsuki. I do. My other name is... I'm just gonna not say it. That sounds cool. Can I call you that? But Mikazuki, I think she doesn't want to be called that. Address me however you want. Regardless of what people call me, I'll always be me. Sometime after the truth came to light, Deutschland went back to her normal self. Kinda. I don't think she's 100% unchanged from this. She's probably a bit more humbled. At least she seems that way a little. But once you talk to her for a while, you'll be surprised how honest with herself and mature she's now become. I know that look on your face. It's got, wow, you're so much more honest with yourself written all over it. Either that or your depraved animal mind is having lecherous thoughts again. Again? Wait, what? When was the first time? Listen, slave, your duty is to serve me, and you must work hard to be worthy of it. One thing hasn't changed, though. She still treats me like her slave. So stop staring into space and play a game with me. I order you to amuse me. But I guess that's fine. Alrighty. Well, that was kind of surprising, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I guess kind of hearing it from Zoe a little bit made me a little bit more, like, I guess a little bit of spoiler. It wasn't, like, much, so I don't blame her for anything. But I kind of get what she meant by that. So, yeah. You know, like, I get how she's, like, changed a little bit, and I do see that in that storyline. I do this is one of the things I definitely kind of wish they paid attention to in the base game. Where it's like, once you go through their character arc, the slight personality tweaks come in, but that's a lot more effort, and that's also a lot of voice lines they have to record. So, I can understand that. It would have been a nice detail, though. But, yeah, I don't know. I've kind of gotten to know Deutschland for this kind of vocabulary, I guess is the right term. But, so yeah, anyway, because of that, I kind of feel like it wouldn't be right if I didn't know her in that kind of sense. If she completely changed, that would be really weird. So I guess, yeah, some things never changing necessarily is a good thing. Even if I don't necessarily like how she addresses us in the first place. I need to do my commissions. Don't worry about it, chat. Chat? Comment section. Don't worry about it, guys. I got it. I don't know what. I'm so used to streaming still, so I constantly think that. So, I need to get over that. But anyway. I do see her a little bit differently. I mean, it still hasn't completely changed. Like, her overall, like, I mean, obviously, like I said, the things that don't change about her, while I may not like it, it's probably a good thing that she kept. So, you know. Anyway, that is all for Deutschland's character story. Hope you guys did enjoy the story as much as I did. And, let me know what you guys are wanting to whose story you're wanting to see next, and that'll be showing up again next week. Hopefully I can get this actually out in a better time, because I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I tried to upload a few Richie's video on today, and it just didn't work. Or actually, it worked. It's still processing, which is really weird. I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but anyway, hopefully that video's out by now. It was still stuck at 95% while I was doing that, so we'll see. But anyway, like I said, if you guys do want to see a specific character story, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and I'll keep track of which one is going to be next. So I can't really announce it yet because I don't really know what you guys are wanting to see next. I am very interested in seeing them all, though. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys again in the next live stream video that I do. Until then, catch you guys all again real soon.